Hello and welcome to this special video from Coffee Break Languages. As you can probably tell, we are celebrating something Scottish today. It's the 25th of January and that is the day on which our national poet Robert Burns was born. So it's a special day to celebrate his life and work, but also to celebrate the Scots language in general. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. While people are having Burns celebrations and Burns suppers with haggis and songs and dancing and ceilidhs and so on, what we are going to do for Burns night is help Pierre-Benoît, our Coffee Break French host, learn some poetry in Scots. And we'll also be finding out the favourite Scots word of some of the team. So if you're ready to join me, let's go. Alors bonjour, je suis avec Pierre-Benoît.
Oui, et moi je suis avec Marc.
Comment ça va?
Très bien, mais je suis un petit peu nerveux, Marc.
Oh, non, t'en fais pas.
Si, tu m'as dit de porter ma belle chemise de Braveheart, comme je l'appelle, et tu m'as dit qu'on allait faire quelque chose sur Robert Burns.
Exactement. Donc tu connais Robert Burns?
Alors je connais maintenant Robert Burns, puisque j'habite en Écosse. Je ne connaissais pas avant de venir en Écosse. Donc avant que je ne vienne en Écosse, je n'avais jamais entendu parler de lui.
So, for those of you watching and learning French, you'll have recognized that lovely subjunctive there. Avant que je ne vienne en Écosse. Très beau. But we're not talking really about French grammar today. We're talking about Scots language. We're talking about the Burns poetry, because of course we're celebrating Robert Burns Day today. And what we thought is that we would challenge Pierre-Benoît to learn a Scots poem. This Scots poem is a poem that I know very well from my childhood. I should say I'm not a Scots language expert, so apologies to anyone if I'm mispronouncing things or whatever. But hopefully we'll get Pierre-Benoît reciting this poem by the end of the video. Très bien, ok, donc on va commencer avec une récitation du poème. Okay, I'm going to start by reciting just the first verse. Don't worry, we're not doing the whole poem. But this is to a mouse. Now the idea here is that Burns was out in the field with his pattle. The pattle is a tool that is used, I think, to clean the plough.
All right.
And by mistake, he overturns the mouse's nest. And so the whole idea is that he's trying to reassure the mouse that he's not going to kill the mouse. He wouldn't do such a thing. Indeed, Robert Burns was very much an animal lover, so he wants to protect the mouse. So here we go with the first verse of this poem. We sleekit, cowrin, timorous beastie. Oh, what a panic's in thy breastie. I wouldna start a wassy hasty with bickering brattle. I would be laith to run and chase thee with murder and pattle. Voilà. Qu'en penses-tu?
Qu'en penses-tu? J'en pense que ça va être difficile pour moi.
No, pas du tout. Okay, so we're going to go through this line by line and explain what the poem means. So let's begin. So, we sleekit, cowrin, timorous beastie.
We sleekit, cowrin, timorous beastie.
Absolutely. So we, obviously,
small.
Sleekit is...
I know sleek.
So sleek is slender, okay, but sleekit is a word that can be used to mean crafty. If someone's sleek, it's a negative word.
Yeah.
But here it's more used in terms of the fur of the animal.
The
so
coat,
it's shiny, the coat. Yeah. So sleekit in that sense is that's what that means. Cowrin or cowrin. I've heard it both ways. Well, when you cower away from someone, you hide away, you sort of turn away from someone.
I know, like cowering in when you say you stay in at night.
Okay, so that's cowering in.
Cowering different.
So we sleekit, cowrin, timorous means fearful.
Yes, fearful, yeah.
Beastie,
which I
so
need
a little beast, a little animal.
I need the first one and the last one.
Okay. Oh, what a panic's in thy breastie.
Oh, what a panic in thy breastie.
Yep, okay, so oh, what a panic's.
Oh, what a panic's in thy breastie.
Okay, so thy, in Scots you use thy and thou and thee.
Just like in English.
In English, in Older English in a sense. But here we're talking in the thou form. So, oh, what a panic's in thy breastie. Oh, what a panic's in your breast. Okay. Then the next line, thou needna start a wassy hasty.
Right, okay.
So, you need not start, as in run, away so hastily.
Yes, hastily. So what was that again in Scottish, in Scott?
Thou needna start awa so hasty. Thou needna start awa so hasty.
So hasty.
So hasty.
So hasty.
Thou needna start awa so hasty.
You needn't start awa so hasty.
Not bad.
So hasty.
So hasty.
So hasty. You need to start awa so hasty.
Good, okay. Then the next line.
Pause. Petite pause, ça fait du bien. Vas-y, continue.
The next line, we bicker and brattle.
With bickering and brattle.
Now, that's a term that's used to refer to the way in which the mouse runs off, scampers away quickly.
Brattle.
Okay, with bicker and brattle.
Brattle, okay.
Brattle.
With bickering and brattle.
With bickering brattle, or way, short for with.
With bickering brattle.
Okay. I would be laith to run and chase thee.
I would be laith to run and chase thee.
So I would be loath to run and chase you.
Yes, I would hate to. Yeah. To loathe, yeah. Mm-hmm.
With murdering pattle.
With murdering pattle.
Okay, so murdering, obviously, murdering with a deadly, and the pattle there is that tool there.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's very hard.
It's, you're doing well. You're doing
well. A line at a time, yeah.
We also have a version. Il est fatigué, le pauvre.
C'est dur, hein?
Nous avons aussi une version en français de ce poème.
Ouais.
Si tu veux bien lire la version française.
Tu veux que je la lise?
Je veux bien que tu la lises.
Très bien. Petite bête, lisse, farouche et craintive. Oh, quelle panique dans ton sein. Tu n'as pas besoin de te sauver si vite et d'un pas si précipité. Il me répugnerait de courir après toi avec le curoir meurtrier.
So the curoir there is the pattle.
Yeah,
excellent.
Curé exists.
Yeah.
Okay, curé is to clean, so se curer les dents.
So to clean your teeth, but not in the sense of brushing your teeth.
No, you just maybe with a pick. Okay. Or se curer le nez, on va pas en parler comme ça.
You now know how to say to pick your nose in French.
That's it. Voilà.
Okay, so that's our French version. We'll maybe look a little more at the vocabulary there another time. But what we're going to do now, we're lucky to live very close to Burns' country, where he was born and where he lived. And so we're going to take a quick visit to Burns' country now. Cool. Burns was born here in the village of Alloway, just south of Ayr on the west coast of Scotland. And he spent much of his life in the area, and this is where you can visit the Burns Birthplace Museum and also the Burns Monument. Traditionally, on the 25th of January, fans of Burns from all around the world hold Burns suppers, and these are celebrations of his poetry, and there are speeches, there are songs and recitations of the poetry, and also don't forget the haggis, neeps and tatties. That's haggis with turnip and potatoes. A very important part of any Burns supper is the recitation of Tam O'Shanter, one of the most well-known works by Burns. Now this tells the tale of Tam, who is a local farmer, and he has spent the evening drinking with his friends in a pub in Ayr. Still under the influence, Tam gets on his horse Meg and he rides home, and as he passes this very church he sees warlocks and witches having a party. They're all singing and dancing and the devil himself is playing the bagpipes. Tam disturbs them and they start to chase after him. Now Tam knows that the creatures can't cross running water, so he spurs Meg on to cross the River Doon on this very bridge. He makes it, but not before a witch grabs Meg's tail and pulls it off. And here is the wee sleekit cowrin timorous beastie himself. This one's not very wee though. Okay, everyone who lives in Scotland has got a favourite Scots word, whether they're born and bred there or whether they've moved there. Let's find out about the Coffee Break Languages team's favourite Scots words.
My favourite Scots word is Egypt, and it's a friendlier way of calling someone a bit of an idiot. If they do something daft or they're prone to making silly mistakes, you can describe them as an idiot.
My favourite Scots word is dreich, which means when the weather is a bit cloudy, a bit dreary, a bit drizzly, which describes Scotland's weather quite a lot of the time.
One of my favourite Scottish phrases is peely-wally, and this is used to describe someone that looks rather pale and even unwell looking. So if you're the kind of idiot that spends too long out in some dreich weather, then you'll end up a wee bit peely-wally.
My favourite Scottish word is wee, as in a wee jotter. Wee means small or little, and I really like this word because it makes everything sound nicer. For example, if you go to the doctor, you'll be told to take a wee seat and you'll immediately feel better. So yes, definitely wee is my favourite Scottish word.
One of my favourite Scots words is shoogle, which means to give something a bit of a wobble or a shake. I think it's one of my favourite words because it just describes the situation so perfectly. An example of when you might use it would be maybe your key is a wee bit stiff in the lock of the door and you give it a wee shoogle and then you can get straight in.
My favourite Scottish word is blether, and blether means a chat, another Scottish word just for saying having a chat or talking to somebody. I like a wee blether. It's a noun or it can be an adjective. Somebody could be a blether, and most of us that work here at Coffee Break Languages are blethers and like a blether.
My favourite Scots word is probably whit, and that's what you say to someone when you want them to be quiet. Whit.
Okay, very interesting to hear everyone's favourite Scots word. Do you have a favourite Scots word?
I do, Mark. Well, I've got many, but I love the one I'm going to tell you. I just love it. I would use it all the time. Is drookit.
Drookit.
I love it.
So what does drookit mean?
Drookit means drenched, soaked to the skin.
Soaked to the skin, but that's interesting because in French you don't say soaked to the skin, you say soaked to the bones.
Yeah, we're not as waterproof as you are, guys.
Trempé jusqu'aux os.
Vous avez plus l'habitude que nous de la pluie.
Tout à fait, t'as bien raison. Okay. I don't know whether I've got a favourite Scottish word, but one word that I use all the time, and I think, it's a Scots word, certainly we use it in Scotland a lot, and it's chuffed.
I'm dead chuffed.
I'm chuffed. And I think it's, when you're chuffed about something, it's like, it's a kind of modest happiness, if I can describe it that way. I'm really quite chuffed.
It's a relief as well. You're so happy that something happened, and
but it's not the same as to be happy. That's what I always think. It's when you're saying I'm chuffed about something. Oh, I'm quite chuffed.
Aye, that's it. The face goes with it.
When things go well, I'm quite chuffed. So I would say I think that's probably my favourite Scots word.
That's good.
Okay, the time has come. Can Pierre-Benoît recite to a mouse? Let's find out.
We sleekit, cowring, timorous beastie. Oh, what a panic's in thy breastie. The need nae start, I always say hasty, with bickering brattle. I wouldn't be laith to rein and chase thee with muttering pattle.
Bravo,
Something
bravo,
like that.
bravo. So there you have it. We've managed to teach a Frenchman a poem in Scots. We hope you've enjoyed this little, slightly different episode here, and we will be back with more language content for you very soon. Don't forget that if you'd like more videos from Coffee Break Languages, then you can always subscribe to our channel, and of course click the little bell icon that appears, and then you'll be notified that whenever we release new content. But we hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you very much, and we're fair chuffed to get to the end of this.
Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.
Allez, salut.